Hi, I've almost completed this panel of the birds, and I'm to a very exciting moment. So the red-winged blackbird here has a very unusual addition of color. The red heart, and Louis Nicolas used a bit of watercolor in some of his other drawings, but this one is the one that always catches people's eye because it's so charming. And Louis Nicolas did say that this is exactly what a red-winged blackbird looks like. He says the shape on the wing is exactly like a heart, and if you've ever actually seen a red-winged blackbird, you know that it's not really a heart shape, but I like the sentiment. The yarn that I've chosen for the heart is a silk yarn from Treenway Silks, and I chose this for its red color, which I thought would be there were so many to choose from, but I thought this spoke to me, and that's why I went with it. So let's just set that aside. I've threaded a needle with a knot at the end, and I'm about to stitch. Oh, it's so exciting. The moment I've been waiting for. Oh, beautiful color. Not that I don't love the brown. It's very soothing to work with. Now, I'm going to do a long and short stitch here, I think, to fill in the heart. And I haven't tested this, so if it doesn't work, then I'll go back and try something else. But long and short stitch is just, it's the most painterly of stitches. You can blend with it. And I'm off. So I'm just beginning the second pass here, and with this second pass the stitches are all the same length, but they're fitting in to the spaces left by the previous row. So where the short stitches are, I will now do a stitch that's about the same length as the others, which is 1/4 of an inch, and that fills in the gap, and then I go back to the previous long stitch, and again it's just 1/4 of an inch. But you can see, and I kind of screwed that one up, but it's easy to fix. I just come back and then I straighten it out. That's better. And you can see there's that little up and down gap happening still, so that will create the sort of woven look that long and short stitch has. And long and short stitch is also good for keeping the sheen of the silk. It reflects the light in quite a nice way. Now, okay, I'm coming up to this. There we go. And now this next one is going to be quite a long stitch. I'm just going to tuck it in there. Once again, I am not the world's best authority on how to perfectly do a stitch. I kind of do what works. And if I was to make a confession here, I'd say this is probably only the second time I've done long and short stitch in my career. But it works. So we're coming up to the end of the heart here, and I'm quite happy with how the stitches are laid. They have sort of a nice woven appearance, and I think the red is reflecting the light in a way that is not too obvious. It's actually relatively matte, and when I was selecting the thread, the woman at the store said, well, you know, if you want something really shiny, you could use rayon, and I just said no. And I think that I wanted to use something that was precious, and silk to me is always what seems precious. Now, oops, got a little knot happening on the back. That happens sometimes. I've kind of, my long and short stitch has not been terribly regular, so this is not perfect, but you know, only Allah is perfect, as they say. And speaking of things of a higher realm, I think that the heart would have been a very potent symbol for Louis Nicolas, because he was a Jesuit, and they, as part of the fundamental practice of being a Jesuit is accepting God into your heart, and the symbol would be a burning heart. So I'm not a authority on these things, all the symbols of the Catholic Church, but I think that the reason Louis Nicolas might have perceived the wedge-like shape on a blackbird's wing as perfectly heart-like is because it would have been a very primary image or shape within his mind. He would have probably seen it almost every day as he read his Bible or prayed. I suppose he would have been reminded of his mission. And there, I'm almost, one more stitch here, maybe two. I think that's done. It's really thrilling to have this heart done. So I have completed the birds. We've now got a robin at the top, big gray jay on the left, the red-winged blackbird on the right, and at the bottom is the blue jay. And even though I've finished the birds themselves, I haven't completed the piece, because what I'm going to do is add another layer, a line of text that will hopefully give some context and amplify the meaning of the piece. And the line I'm using is from the Psalms, and it is, "Man shall come to a deep heart, and God shall be exalted." And this line apparently had a special meaning for the Jesuits. So I'm going to do it. It'll be in Latin, actually, just to add another layer of confusion or mystery. So it's going to go around, and then at the bottom I'm going to have the dual signature of Louis Nicolas and myself.